third, we have Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor, which is going to be a very amazing fight. It's going to be a tough one. So I'm going to go with Conor McGregor with most probably a TKO in the second or the third or something like that. So yeah, that's my pick.
Another one is McGregor versus Poirier. So it's the main event of the card you're on.
Yeah, this one's gonna be good as well. I think I go with Poirier on decision.
So Poirier.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, that's actually a really interesting pick.
I think the fight won't look like it's the first fight. I don't think it's gonna look the same.
Oh, okay.
I
So
think it's gonna be way more technical, and Poirier is gonna put on a better show.
wow. Okay.
For the Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier fight, I got to go with my teammate, the homie, Dustin Poirier, bro. I think at 155, he's just a different fighter, different athlete, feels better, fights better, just does everything better. And I think he's going to be motivated to go out there and make a statement, and it's going to be an explosive fight, man. So I'm going with my homie, Dustin Poirier, bro. Let's go.
McGregor.
McGregor.
Yeah, I think that's probably the one that I'm most confident about. As much as I'd love Poirier to win, I think his style just fits perfectly for Conor. And he gets. I was just reading something like a few hours ago about Conor's coach talking about how Poirier gets hit way too much. And this is what I've been saying to people for so long. If you get hit versus Conor, the amount of times that Dustin got hit versus Dan Hooker or Max Holloway,
Or even
definitely. Say again? Oh yeah, or Gaethje, you're definitely getting taken out. You know what I mean? So, I think, unfortunately, Dustin Poirier is going to get knocked out.
all right. Well,
It's going to be a good fight. You know, you see, if this were the last fight, if you told me to predict, then I would have definitely gone for McGregor. But I just think Poirier's a different level now.
Okay, so you're going with Poirier?
No, I don't know, to be honest. It's a tough one to predict. I'll probably edge a little bit towards McGregor, but I think it is definitely a close fight. That it's going to be a very close fight.
Okay, wow.
My third prediction for the last match, I think will be the match of the year. Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. I have a few words for this fight, and I say, surprise, surprise, the king is back.
Dustin versus Conor. Well, I started following Dustin when he had a documentary come out called Fightville. And this was a long time ago. I definitely had not been competing at that point. So, this is maybe 8, 9 years ago that I saw this documentary, maybe more, maybe it was 10 years ago. And been a fan of Dustin, and he does a lot of charitable work, and so for that I'm really hope that he wins and he's able to do some good things for his academy. Maybe it would be great to have an affiliation with him and Shaheen, but I think McGregor is too smooth, and I suspect the same outcome as the last one, but maybe in the later rounds.
Hello guys, this is Alex Popek. Here's my prediction for MMA diagnosis. Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. So this is a matchup which we have seen in the past. At that time, Dustin Poirier wasn't that experienced, so McGregor got the win. But this time it's different. Dustin has been in very hard fights. He won against Max Holloway. He's now very experienced. He fought Khabib, as McGregor did as well. So this is a very, very tough matchup. Both are similar, I think, on the skill level, and similar style, very striking focused. So this is a very interesting matchup. I thought I'd give you the prediction that it's gonna be a 5-rounder and very, very tough decision with Poirier with the unanimous decision. But now I'm actually thinking that McGregor is doing his job. He's very focused in the training, So my predictions actually now is McGregor by KO.
Conor McGregor against Dustin Poirier. My prediction for this one is I believe Conor McGregor will take this again. I think it will be in the later rounds, probably round 4 maybe, because it's a main event. But the reason why I say that is because I think he's beaten Dustin Poirier before, and he's that sort of fighter who works well on ring rust. He's come back and he sort of gets the wins. It might not be against top opposition, but it's that aura about Conor McGregor. Yeah, a lot of people are saying Dustin Poirier isn't the same fighter he was before because he fought at featherweight and it wasn't the right weight category for him. And since then he's been on a tear. He's been on I think he's 11-2 in his last sort of 13 fights, and he's taken some big scalps. But I still think because of the nature of how this fight came about, like a charity thing, and then obviously then Khabib retiring, and then Conor really wanted to sort of drop down to lightweight. I think Conor's taken this really seriously. So I think the mental side of things as well. I think Dustin Poirier's been at the championship level before, and he's always kind of failed, or he hasn't really quite made it. And with the fact that he's lost to Conor McGregor, that will probably play on his mind as well. But I think he's definitely going to push the pace. Poirier, I think he's going to have McGregor on the back foot. He's going to come out firing out the blocks, put the pressure on early to test that ring rust of McGregor. But ultimately, I think once McGregor settles in the mid to later rounds, I think he'll sort of outstrike Dustin Poirier, and I think it'll be the same thing again. It'll be a TKO finish for McGregor in the later rounds.